feel like you're having a bit of trouble holding on to your sanity? Schedule that just feels like you don't even know if you're coming or going sometimes. It's just constant crazy.
It's so easy to feel overwhelmed because you have all the things that you need to do for your normal life, but then there's additional commitments and things just start piling on top of each other. The house gets messy, you forget this, you have to pay that bill, so on and so forth.
Causing all of our actual goals for life, what we wanted to be and do someday, to just get shoved further and further into the distance and feel actually impossible. What it really boils down to is we all tend to kind of just live life by default. Basically just adding stuff into our lives because it's just what you do. We see other people doing it, and so we just kind of do it without even thinking about the reasons behind why we're taking on certain things or why we're buying certain things. There's the whole concept of keeping up with the Joneses that kind of goes into play there a little bit sometimes. Before you know it, really, you kind of, I don't know, for us it was like we kind of woke up one day and we're like, why? Why do we need all this stuff? Why do we feel like we need to do all these things? The further we got into it, we realized all we really needed to do was just start cutting things out and be very, very intentional about every aspect of our lives. And when we stopped to really think about, okay, what is it that we actually want in our lives, it started to get easier and easier to recognize the things that were not helping us move forward in those goals.
Instead of putting little small bits of yourself into a bunch of things, frazzled because you're going in a million directions and you're not really gaining any traction in the direction that you want to be going in, by cutting down all those things, you can focus and put a lot more of your intentional energy into a couple of things and actually progress.
What kind of woke us up was one winter we were in Costa Rica visiting some of his family for about 3 months. We were just there feeling so much more calm, so much more at peace. Our life is so much more simple. And so we kind of were thinking about coming back home. Why does it have to go back to the craziness? We realized we had inadvertently basically removed the majority of the unnecessary stuff from our lives. And we were fine. We just recognized how much more space, even in our minds, that it gave us. It just gave us more clarity.
Even our kids didn't have a lot of toys there, and they actually had to expand their minds and learn to play with them in different ways. So it was just a really good experience for us and a very eye-opening experience.
And so as we were recognizing this, I don't even know what I was looking up online, but somehow I stumbled across minimalism. Oh, there are people who actually intentionally do this without having to travel or anything like that. It's just the concept of choosing less, being very, very intentional about every aspect of your life. That basically started our journey, and since then we've been continuously moving forward. Every year gets a little bit better, and our mindset just gets
cleaner.
That kind of began the journey of going home and just trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff. We never really had the desire to pare down to only 100 things or something like that, like some of the stricter minimalists do. We knew that we just wanted to get rid of the excess. That can be a difficult process, especially when you've been collecting things for a long time. There's sentimental items that come into play, and it can feel overwhelming, like where do I even start? So here in this section on purging, we kind of give some ideas of ways to make it easier, make it more simple to get rid of things. Often the hardest thing is just knowing where to start and taking the first step. So that's why we've created this 7-day email course with baby steps. Go ahead and sign up if you just want a little jump start, a little encouragement, and push in the right direction.